So out they go. And word spreads. It continues with a little aside about Herod hearing about Jesus and wondering to himself, could that be the reincarnation of John the Baptist? I killed him. He's back for revenge. I've got to see this guy. The disciples come back. They're excited. They've had a wonderful missionary journey. They are excited. But the crowds fill in on them. Jesus preaches some more. He teaches some more. He heals some more. They get really, really hungry. And then there's the feeding of the 5,000. It just keeps going. And then about a little bit after that, Jesus explains to them, if you're going to follow me, you're going to have to take up your cross and follow me. Jesus. He asks them, who do people think that he is? Peter has his exclamation. There's a lot jam-packed into this gospel before we reach this point. Before we reach the transfiguration, as it is known. And so Jesus takes 3 of his closest friends, those disciples, the ones who are, who know really what's going on, the inner circle, takes them up for, if you will, a mountaintop retreat. And there, he's revealed to them. They see Jesus as he truly is, the glistening white. And there they also see Elijah and Moses, confirmation of just who Jesus is and how important he is, that he is testified to by the laws, Moses, and the prophets, Elijah. And Peter, rightly so, he just wants, let's build a house up here. Let's never go back. Let us build a house right here in this thin air, on the mountaintop. Let's stay right here. In fact, I'll build a house for you, Jesus. I'll build one for Elijah, and I'll build one for Moses. Right here. But no. And then, the chapter continues. That 9th chapter, it just goes on. That is just right dab in the middle of the transfiguration. It continues. They go down the mountain, and then we have this exchange with this poor young man who is being beset by a demon that's flinging him to the ground, causing him convulsions. His father is beside himself, and Jesus heals him. And they continue on their way. They continue on their way. There's something so attractive about this particular passage. And there's something so relatable in Peter's words. Don't we just want to stay there on the mountaintop? It makes sense. They've got to see Jesus as he is in his glory. They just want to stay put. It can't get any better than this, can it? Well, we have the advantage of, we've read the whole gospel. We actually know what's to come. And we know that they can't just stop there. They can't remain there. And it's kind of much like, you think about the excitement and the exuberance even of carnival, which, we get like this, if you will, an actual image of it, of filling up on all the tasty and rich food, almost to the point that we can't button our pants, maybe. I'm not having that problem. Or just the fun, the excitement of all day, all the other. You feel like this has got to go on forever. But no. we also understand, too, that something more must come. That staying there on the mountaintop, that is not what God has asked us to do. It's to just stay there and bask. But they're to follow. Peter, James, and John are to follow Jesus on that road as he keeps going, healing, praying, teaching, as he makes his triumphant entry to Jerusalem on the back of a donkey, and only a couple of days later is bearing the weight of a cross out of Jerusalem to Golgotha. They are to continue on that journey. A friend of mine told me this, and this has always sort of stuck with me. There is always a desire within us to say, you know what, I want to stop now. I'm ready to stop. This is enough for me. I've done all the work I'm supposed to do, Lord. I am finished. No. You can stop when the Lord tells you to stop. And you're not done yet. The frustrating statement, it is something that has stuck with me, and it kind of goes in the face of, but I feel tired. Or, it's perfect right here. I don't want there to be any change. I don't want anything to happen. Let's build a temple right here on top of this mountain. Well, if they build a temple right there on the mountain, what of the glory to come? What about the saving work that needs to happen in the cross? They can't stay there. And even for us, we can't stay there at those peaks because we're beckoning forward. We have to keep going. We have to follow. But it is in those moments, those mountaintops, that they testify in our life to what it is that we're doing and why we do it. And it's that reminder when we do travel down that road to Jerusalem, to those very dark points, down to dark Gethsemane. A reminder that there is glory yet to be revealed, yet to come. That there's good news, that there will be death, and there will be resurrection and life, a new heavens and a new earth. That greater things are to come. We cannot stay on the mountaintop because there's something greater to come. So we have to follow